You are staring at your screen. Your eyes are glazed over. You are gripping that coffee mug like it is the only life raft in an ocean of deadlines. You think you are addicted to caffeine? Yeah, maybe. But the truth is much worse. You are not addicted to coffee. You are just trying to hack the brain of a hunter-gatherer in a world that was never meant for hunting. Do not pretend you have not done this. You think you need caffeine to stay awake. In reality, you are using chemicals to force a brain designed to run from predators to sit still and do things your ancestors could not even imagine. Think about it. If our ancestors survived millions of years through ice ages and tribal wars without a single drop of espresso, why can you not survive a Monday morning without it? Not that kind of survival. We did not evolve to drink coffee. We evolved to run. Today, we are going to find out why that mug in your hand is a symbol of your biological failure. Meet Grog. Grog is your ancestor. Grog had no alarm clock. Grog did not even know what coffee was. When the sun came up, Grog woke up. When the sun went down, Grog went to sleep. Simple. Efficient. He did not have to search the internet for how to stay awake in the morning like you do. Grog's circadian rhythm was perfectly synced with the rotation of the earth. And you are living in a trap. Grog does not need coffee. He has a power you lost long ago. He has a direct connection to the rhythm of the planet. When sunlight hits his retinas, Grog's brain knows it is time to work. There are no blaring alarm clocks. There is no snooze button to delay reality for 5 more minutes. Grog wakes up because his body is designed to do exactly that. It is a perfect synchronization between biology and nature. And you? You are living in a glass cage called industrial time. We force our bodies to run on office hours instead of biological ones. You wake up while it is still dark. You work under fluorescent lights. You try to stay awake by pumping stimulants into your system to crush your natural sleepiness. You are not working with your body. You are at war with it. Why did evolution let us fall into this trap of chronic fatigue? Maybe we are too smart. We are smart enough to think we can override millions of years of biological programming with an iced Americano. Trust me, your body does not think so. It is screaming in silence. Wait, actually, it is not screaming. It is just piling up trash in your brain. And that is when things get interesting. Let us talk about adenosine. This is your silent enemy. Throughout the day, your brain produces this stuff as a byproduct of being awake. It builds up. It latches onto receptors in your brain. It sends a signal saying, hey, go to sleep. You are exhausted. That is nature protecting you from burnout. But what do? You choose to break the law. Caffeine enters the scene. It does not actually make you more alert. It just impersonates. Caffeine has a structure almost identical to adenosine. It sneaks in. It kicks adenosine out of the seat. Now your brain cannot receive the sleep signal. You think you are full of energy? No. You are just being tricked by a chemical impostor. You are still tired. Your brain is just wearing a blindfold. That is why, after a few hours, when the caffeine wears off, the sleepiness hits you like a flood. Grog was different. When Grog saw a tiger, his brain released adrenaline instantly. Total alertness. No waiting for a coffee machine to warm up. Fear is the best natural stimulant. But look at you. Your boss sends an email saying, we need to talk. Your heart races. You feel alert. But you cannot run away. You have to sit there. You have to reply to the email. You have to take another sip of coffee. That is right. Your boss is scarier than a tiger. But he does not give you the chance to run a marathon. What a cruel irony of evolution. You see, the mechanism of alertness is not a light switch. It is a persistent chemical negotiation. When you load up on caffeine, you are not just borrowing energy from the future. You are breaking the dialogue between your body and its need for rest. Your brain is an incredibly sophisticated, self-regulating system. It knows when you need to stop to recharge. It knows when to shut down to clean up the pile of adenosine that built up all day. Grog understood this. Grog never tried to hack his fatigue. When he was tired, he slept. When he was hungry, he hunted. He lived in harmony with the flow of his hormones. You treat fatigue like an enemy that must be destroyed. You drink morning coffee to start. You drink midday coffee to maintain. Maybe you have an afternoon cup because the work never ends. You are turning yourself into a machine running on foreign chemicals instead of your own biological energy. What is the price of this artificial alertness? It is the freefall that happens when caffeine deserts your brain. You are never truly alert. You are just oscillating between being overstimulated and completely exhausted. You are trading the stability of your nervous system for a few hours of productivity. That is a pretty steep price if you ask me. But hey, who cares about the nervous system when the deadline is breathing down your neck, right? The history of alertness did not start in a lab. It started with goats in Ethiopia. Legend has it that a local goat herder noticed his flock acting like they were possessed after eating some strange red berries. They were dancing, they were running, they showed zero signs of fatigue. The guy got curious, he tried some, and boom, he became an accidental marathon runner. Imagine our Grog trying those berries. He would be sprinting around the cave like a maniac. His tribe would be terrified, thinking the gods were punishing him. But the truth is, humans have always had a weird obsession with pushing physical limits. From coca leaves in the Andes to tea in the East and coffee in Africa, we have always looked for ways to borrow energy from plants to do things our bodies were never designed to do. We do not just look for food, we look for a buzz. We look for ways to make the day longer, to work harder, and to fight stronger. Coffee is not just a drink. It is an upgraded survival tool. But when you turn a wild fruit into industrial fuel, you permanently change the relationship between humans and rest. And that, my friends, is the beginning of a race that never ends. Wait a minute. Do you see something strange? If coffee is just a wild fruit that makes goats dance, why did it become the fuel for the Industrial Revolution? Why did an entire civilization decide that, instead of sleeping, we should drink this bitter water to work 16 hours a day? Something is not right here. We shifted from natural time, where you work with the light and rest when the darkness falls, to clock time. It is a world where time is money. When time becomes money, fatigue becomes a sin. You are not allowed to be tired. You are not allowed to rest. You have to be a machine. And coffee is the lubricant for that machine. Here is the fun part. We do not drink coffee because it tastes good. We drink it because society programmed us to do so. If you feel tired, you do not need rest. You need an espresso. If you feel sleepy, you do not need a nap. You need a cold brew. We turned a biological need into a work obligation. Now for the weird part. Have you ever wondered if you would actually be less productive without that mug? Or are you just afraid of the silence of your own brain? Do not answer yet. We have a bigger trick coming up. Welcome to the scam of the century. We are not addicted to coffee. We are addicted to productivity. Modern society has installed malware in your brain. It tells you that if you are not busy, you are a failure. Coffee is just the tool you use to stay in that busy state. Look at you. You drink coffee to work faster. You do it to process dozens of meaningless emails. You do it to sit through endless meetings. Then at the end of the day, you are so exhausted you can do nothing but scroll through your phone. The 8-hour workday was a great invention for industry. It was a disaster for human biology. Your body is not designed to focus intensely for 8 hours straight. It needs rhythm. It needs breaks. But we use coffee to force the body to stay on, like a light bulb that never turns off. The result? A shaking stick figure with dark circles under his eyes. He is trying to finish work he does not even understand. You see, coffee does not make you more creative. It just helps you tolerate the boredom of your job for a little longer. We are using chemicals to force our bodies to work against nature. Then we wonder why we always feel empty. You do not need more caffeine. You need a change in how you view productivity. But hey, do not let this truth ruin your morning. Keep drinking. Your boss is watching. Evolution is slow. It took millions of years to refine your brain into a master hunting machine. It only took a few centuries for humans to build offices full of blue light and endless deadlines. Your body is still waiting for a tiger to appear so it can release that energy. All it gets is a notification ping from a chat app. We are hunters trapped in concrete boxes. We are trying to adapt by injecting ourselves with caffeine. It is the water of despair. Every sip of coffee is a confession. It says, I cannot handle this reality without chemical support. We are forcing our bodies to adapt to an artificial environment where they do not belong. Evolution cannot keep up with the speed of technology, so we upgrade ourselves by depending on foreign stimulants. We are becoming hybrids, half human, half coffee machine. It is ridiculous, right? We are proud of our progress, yet we rely on a bitter bean to maintain basic alertness. Grog looks at you and sees a creature trying to run away from its own fatigue. He did not need coffee to be happy. He just needed a long day under the sun. You? You need a third cup before the meeting starts. Maybe it is time to stop and ask yourself a question. Are we evolving, or are we just wearing ourselves out? Wait, do not throw that coffee mug in the trash just yet. Coffee is not the enemy. It is not a toxic poison you need to boycott to become a perfect, natural human. The truth is, coffee is like a painkiller for the stress of the modern world. It is a comfort when you have to leave your natural lifestyle to survive this industrial grind. You do not need to hate your fatigue. You do not need to hate your coffee either. We do not need more coffee. We need balance. Remember Grog. He did not just hunt, he gathered. He did not just work, he rested. That is the instinct your ancestors left in your genes. Fatigue is not a system error. It is a signal. It is your body calling out to you. It is saying, hey, it is time to stop and gather a little peace. You can drink coffee, but drink it like someone who enjoys it, not like an addict running away from reality. Use it as a ritual to reconnect with yourself, instead of using it to force yourself to work like a machine. You do not need to be a superhero, you just need to be a human, with all your lovely natural limits. In the end, balance is what keeps you alive, not the amount of caffeine in your blood. There you have it. The coffee is still there. It is still aromatic. It is still bitter. It is still a loyal companion for those groggy mornings. But next time you lift that mug to your lips, stop for a second. Do not drink it like a drug to escape reality. Drink it like someone who enjoys it. Feel the flavor, feel the warmth. Most importantly, listen to your body, instead of just listening to the deadline alarm. You do not need this coffee to work. You are just borrowing a bit of energy from the future to make up for a past you have forgotten. You are a hunter. You are a gatherer. You are a creature of nature, trying to learn how to exist in a world of numbers. That in itself is a miracle. Do not be so hard on yourself. Next time, try working without the fuel. You might be surprised to find that even without caffeine, your brain knows how to find its own alertness. Or at least, you will realize you do not need to run so fast. Take it easy. The world will not collapse just because you take a few minutes to rest. That is right. It will not collapse.